Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toonkind D&D at 12 FPS. I am Jade slash Megamagma, and today I will be playing your local neighborhood con man from Bottomless Heights, Grunkle Jhonn. Uh, and with me, I have the wonderful, the amazing, the lovely, the absolutely talented person who drew this title card, and who will be joining me as my co-host today.
That is me, Fletcher. However, I can turn most everything back on Jade and apply a big fat times two to it. Uh, because you are
Mm,
also lovely and talented. Um, Today I am going to be playing a sassy little boy by the name of Ursa.
yeah. Uh, Grunkle's got a nephew.
That he does. A great nephew,
A
in
great nephew.
fact.
So I believe we start this FPS with the shoddy truck that Grunkle Jhonn happens to own. Driving up to a small. Um, I'd like to imagine this city probably owns a home. They probably got it better together than of better to put together than Grunkle Jhonn does, and Grunkle Jhonn is driving up to the home of his ex-wife, uh, a Yeti who shall go unnamed for the time being. Um,
Brings up too many memories.
Brings up far too many memories. Um, uh, with a small child at the foot, or at the not the foot, at the steps of the front door. The car drives up. It is a shoddy pickup truck, and how does it look right now?
Ursa looks pretty upset. Uh, though not like the crying upset, more like the I am pissed because I am a 12-year-old with no way to vent my rage kind of upset. Uh, and cause you see, Grunkle Jhonn is late. Grunkle Jhonn is very, very late. And Ursa is not really a fan of that. Um, Especially the more times it happens. So the moment that Grunkle Jhonn gets out of his car, Ursa is gonna give him a big fat glare.
Uh, I'd like to think that the he doesn't get out of his car, but instead, the door opens up, and Grunkle John says, "All right, look, Liz,
Grunkle Jhonn, you're late again.
look, uh, in Grunkle John, you this is a fade you have seen many times. He's usually much better at this, but once you've known him for long enough, it's difficult to come up with more and new excuses every time. And so this is a phase you probably have seen often of him trying to come up with an excuse that would be good enough for this before he says, "You know what? I got nothing." Uh,
Ursa just sighs.
what if I told you that the place that I went didn't really keep track of time?
Ursa is looking very unimpressed, like, then I'd say that this is the fifth time you've used that excuse. And he takes out a little notebook. Let me roll hammer space for that. Yeah, he takes out a little notebook with a little pen, makes a quick mark, and then puts it back.
Okay, but this time it was for real though.
He looks very unimpressed.
All right, he's starting up the car. Um, it's a bit of a drive. This is probably at the other end of Bottomless Heights, which isn't a big town in of itself, but I'd like to imagine for the sake of the plot, it takes 10 to 20-ish minutes to drive from one place to another, which should give us plenty of time to discuss things. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Uh,
totally not going to be awkward at all.
nope.
Especially after Grunkle Jhonn. I imagine he probably dip, wouldn't help Ursa with putting the bags in the truck.
No. I hate
Yeah.
being mean. It's the worst. This is the worst. But no.
I I put my hand on your shoulder. Just think of the character development though.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
um,
so he's not happy.
he's probably doing the thing where like he's like leaning up against the window, like looking outside of it, not trying not to look at Grunkle.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, which is at the point in which uh, so how was your day with uh the lady we shall not be named? We really need to come up with a name at some point, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Ursa kind of just sighs into the glass like, it was fine. And he does not elaborate because this is unfortunately a moody, almost teenager.
Moody,
Uh,
almost teenager. Lovely. Um, it is at this point that Grunkle Jhonn uh, starts reaching into his hammer space to pull out
oh, this
something.
can only end well.
Yeah, this can only end well. Um, and God, he knows Ursa, right? Like he knows that Ursa's like into weird shit from town.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
he's definitely raised or half
yeah.
raised Ursa long enough to know like what this kid likes and dislikes,
So
all that.
Ursa reaches into his hammer space and not Ursa, fucking Grunkle Jhonn reaches into his hammer space and pulls out okay, good, a jar. Inside of which is a pair of uncanny valley butterflies. Uh, and he said, "Here, I brought you something."
Ursa is he is trying very hard to keep it up. I'm actually gonna roll deception.
Go ahead.
See if he, cause he's gonna try and look unimpressed. I'm gonna do it with
Uh,
disadvantage
oh,
because
okay. Yeah, still a
16.
16. You want me to roll insight?
Yeah. Do your best, Grunkle Jhonn.
A +2, my friend. That's a 12. Nope.
Oh,
Um,
I'll I'll say that I mean you can probably have advantage. You did raise this kid at least a little bit. You kind of raised this kid.
nope. Even
Oh
worse.
wow. Well, you have to keep your eyes on the road,
Yeah.
but like you can probably you get the feeling, a hunch that
He'll like
Ursa is
this.
impressed.
He'll
Yeah,
like
that
this.
Ursa I like
Um,
this.
the butterflies, by the way, one of them is made out of metal, and the
Yeah,
other one is made out
Ursa
of
is
flesh.
he's looking um probably goes to take the jar out of Grunkle John's hands. Like, where did you get this?
I told you the place I was staying at did not keep track of time. And he drums up against the wheel, like the like when you do like little drum tappy taps with the fingers on the wheel of a car.
Yeah.
He kind of does that for a moment before I can't really say much out of fear of and he looks around. I'm gonna roll a perception check. A moment. That's a 9. No cops.
Those cataracts are acting up again, huh?
Yeah. No cops, as far as he's aware.
Yeah.
But it's not like it matters. Isn't 51% checks. Okay. Cool. Just needed to check something with uh hex things real quick. This is all good.
Yeah.
Look, I was off I was off on a mission. Not a mission. I was off on a job. Uh near and oh god. How the fuck do you explain? I don't even know where the hell it is. I don't remember. Um
Your
he's
places and
yeah,
things.
he'll say south of in southern Inkwell. Southern Inkwell. I needed a let's just say he's into the supernatural, right? If he said uncanny valley, like Ursa would
Yeah.
know.
If he said Uncanny Valley, then Ursa would know and also probably be excited to hear about it, actually.
Yeah. Which point Grunkle Jhonn just says, I was in a job in the uncanny valley, all right?
The Uncanny Valley? And Ursa is, he looks away from the butterflies and is now looking at, Grunkle Jhonn like, what was it like? Did you see anything?
No, it's actually kind of boring. He's rolling fucking deception. One moment. Uh, oh, that's a +8. Thank you. It's a 19.
Oh, damn. Let's see. I'll, I will attempt to do an insight. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't see
Ursa.
much. But these butterflies and I think uh he stops for a second, which you do take note of, but nah, nothing much with those butterflies and a couple other things that weren't really that noteworthy.
Unfortunately, by the sheer fact that you mentioned other things, Ursa now wants to know. So he's kind of holding the jar close to him as he's like, what kind of other things? If they were in the Uncanny Valley, they are noteworthy by default.
Uh, God, how did I give this kid nightmares?
Give it time.
Yeah. I think it is at this point that Grunkle John is trying to figure out like how to express or how to say the stuff that happened in that, which a lot happened in that. To be honest, by the end of it, I was so fucking confused. Um, um,
Yeah, it really was a lot.
it really was a lot. I think Grunkle John points towards a local ice cream parlor, and the just to distract Ursa, hopefully, he says, "How about we get some ice cream, huh? It's almost summertime."
let me let me roll whiz. Okay, yeah, the ice cream works. He is a child.
Fantastic. So they go to the drive-through, one of those drive-through ice cream places.
Yeah, Ursa's probably tucked the butterflies into his hammer space, which is just like tucking it into his vest.
Fantastic. I will say, the moment I reach the window, Grunkle John just says, "All right, give me the cheapest thing you got."
Why don't I do a perception real quick to see if Ursa heard that? Uh, Oh, he heard that.
How does Ursa look?
Uh, he's not mad, just disappointed.
One moment. And add chocolate syrup to one of them.
He looks slightly more pleased. This is probably the most he's gotten out of Grunkle Jhonn for a while.
Yeah. Um. Plus, you're gonna get fucking hella fed when Marcel comes around.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was absolutely sneaking around and stealing all of the leftovers.
Hey, what's your bear's name?
I've been calling it BB, which is short for Bear Bear, because
Fucking
it's two
absolutely
bears.
wonderful. Where is it?
I'm gonna assume that BB is probably somewhere in the woods because I
Cons-
don't imagine
Consider the
that.
following: in the trunk of the car, because this is a pickup truck, and it's just been sitting there, and it also gets an ice cream.
Good. Yes. The ice cream was like really, really small when compared to it, and like the two heads are taking turns
Looking
giving it
at
a lick.
yes. Um. Uh. A little more driving. Um. Uh. For Grunkle John goes a little quiet. And it's just focus paying attention to the road while also eating his own cone because he also got one. Um, and then he says, "So, summer camp's coming up, right?"
Okay, yeah. Just a note.
Yeah.
Ursa's face is kind of covered in ice cream right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Uh,
You better wipe that off.
so-
Off the seats, I mean. You can keep it on your face. I don't give a shit about it. Like, he doesn't give a crap about his face, like your face. He meant the seats.
okay, he pulls out a little paper towel, or actually, he pulls out little diner napkins. Uh, like it's still in the little box that the diner gives you. Uh, don't ask how he got the entire box. It's fine. And so he pulls out some napkins and wipes off the seats. Uh, like, uh, yeah, it is.
Uh, yeah, and again, tapping the fingers. He's always been a little bit awkward with the conversations, especially after he knows he's pissed you off a little bit. Um, uh, and goodness gracious, high brain, I need to function.
I will say that whenever Grunkle John acts really nervous because Ursa is pissed, it does make Ursa feel more powerful.
Lovely. Just wait until I get to fucking like throw a parent voice at you. But oh, I need my brain to think. I'm sorry. Give me one moment.
Don't worry, it's all good.
Okay.
If you need help, you can always pitch to the audience.
Oh, I guess I could always pitch to the audience, huh? A moment. Kid. Hi, Jade. How's it going? Hi. Wait, why am I saying hi to myself? Hi, Petals. Um, yeah. Uh, Grunkle John is trying to figure out how to tell Ursa that he is gonna be one of the camp counselors. If anybody has a semi decent idea as to how to break these news,
Oh boy.
because I came up with one as I was saying it, but I want to hear some people's thoughts.
Let's hear your thinky thoughts, audience.
man, oh man. I'm just listening here. All right, all right. I think once everybody's got a pitched an idea. I can't think of shit. No worries. Comment. You're the last one. You're my savior.
Listen, any idea is a good one, even the bad ones.
Mhm.
Possibly especially the bad ones.
Perfect. All right, this is fine. I have a pretty decent idea. Uh, so found out that if there's a way of getting you in for free instead of having to pay this year.
Ursa's squinting like, Aaron, this isn't gonna be another smuggling thing, is it?
No, I told you I was done with pug smuggling a long time ago. And a pug comes out of his hammer space for a second wearing his diving suit, and then he just pushes it back in.
Yeah, sure.
No, no, I'm not gonna smuggle you in like that one year. No. Uh, found out that if you're a camp counselor, you get to bring in 1K for free.
Let's see if Ursa can put the dots together.
Connect the constellations, Ursa.
Let's see. Do you think he can piece it together with the 13?
I think you get the idea that somebody's gonna bring him along, a camp counselor?
You know a camp counselor?
I'm the camp counselor, kid.
Ursa just starts laughing.
Grunkle Jhonn is not laughing.
Ursa kind of just peters off like, oh, that's not a joke, is it?
No, no, it isn't. The lady, which shall
Ursa,
not be named, thought that it'd be a good idea to sign me up. And I'm actually gonna roll deception. That's a 12. You wanna roll
oh
insight?
boy.
Would you find that believable?
Um,
Because he is lying about that. He signed up himself.
I think Ursa probably might actually buy that because he's definitely overheard some of the attempts for that that the good old ex-wife has tried to make Grunkle Jhonn and Ursa bond a bit more. Some episodes of note being the fishing trip, the camping trip, and the movie trip, all of which somehow ended with the cops involved.
And something on fire.
Yeah, either something on fire or the cops involved or both. Uh, so, so yeah, this is probably pretty believable.
Yeah, we lit a
Uh,
lake on fire once. It's wild.
yeah. So Ursa's kind of just like, oh, this is another one of those bonding things, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm still keeping the shack open, at the very least. Got a good deal with them. Counseling during the morning. Keep it open through the afternoon.
Ursa kind of just nods like, uh, are you sure this will be fine? This isn't gonna be like the last few ones, right?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know you've, and he puts up uh, his hands to do little air quotes, raised me for the past 12 years, but are you sure you
Hey, I
know
raised
how
a
to
fine
care?
young man. Thank you very much. Who thought you had a
Ursa,
lockpick?
you did.
Who taught you how to get your way out of the cuffs?
You did.
Who taught you how to get to steal those little sauce packets at the convenience store?
And let me make a little hair. And he pulls out a bunch like you did before tucking it back into his hammer speed.
Hey, you never know when you need ketchup and mustard. God, I hope you had these in your fumble chart.
I sure am. This is wonderful things. But yeah, Ursa kind of just sighs and nods. Well, I I'm pretty sure it's illegal to teach children how to lockpick if they're not yours.
All right, I'll be taking that one off the counselor duties classes I was going to be teaching.
Maybe just have me look over it first.
Sure, when we get back to the house. Or we get back to the ram shack.
Ursa nods. This probably isn't anything new to him.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm trying to think. This is supposed to be a low angst game, isn't it?
Um,
What did we set it as? I forgot what we set it as.
I forgot. So you can let's just
Say
go
low for
ham.
now? Yeah, I guess it's fair. I'm trying to think like what else would Grunkle Jhonn want to say? Like, you know what? I forgot what the fuck the name Marcel not Marcel, Vamp came up with during our FPS, but that the duck detective uh
I think uh let's see. Oh no,
something
I
Gander.
forgot. Yeah, it was something about that.
God damn it! This is the one time I wish I remember. One moment, think of Goose. Yeah, something Goose. I get that, but what was it?
Hmm. I think it was. Okay, I think it was Goose Detective.
Private Goose. Sure, Private
Private
Goose
Goose.
works. There you go.
Yeah, let's just go with
Yeah.
it.
You know, I know, I know we missed the season finale of the Private Goose. I actually recorded it.
Okay.
Set it to record.
It looks like Ursa was about to say something a bit sassy, like, "Yeah, you were supposed to pick me up before then," but upon hearing that it's recorded, he drops that like, "Oh, we do?"
Yeah, even I'm interested as to what the hell happens to Private Goose. Wasn't gonna miss it.
Yeah, Ursa is. Yeah, he's good with this. He's good with this. He probably just smiles like, "Oh, that's great. I would have gotten so spoiled otherwise." I mean, they promised for there to be a resolution between Private Goose and what would be the
The
what would
twin
be a good
sibling.
name? Yeah.
The like the evil gander.
Yeah. Yes, the evil gander. Uh, but and so he goes like, but personally, I think that evil gander is actually the real Private Goose. I think that they switched.
You're in your wild theories, kid.
Uh,
Things aren't as complicated as they always seem.
but it's a complicated detective show.
Yeah, and that's what it is, a show. You think the writers are that smart to lay behind hints, towards hints in the future? I get that it's called foreshadowing, but not everybody's that smart.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see, huh? And he's pouting a bit.
All right,
He wants to be right.
I'll bet you to gold.
I'll take that bet.
uh,
And he sticks out his hand to make a little deal.
Grunkle Jhonn shakes it, and the car swerves before he immediately fucking grabs the wheels again. All right, bend me when we get back to the car. We're back to the house.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
And once they get back to the house, I'm gonna roll another perception check because I wanna. Let's do. Give it to me. Yes. Um,
Oh boy.
and as we're stepping back into the ramshack, uh, Grunkle Jhonn gives a final look outside. He doesn't want anybody, he just gives out a final look. BB guesses. Does BB come inside? This is a good question. Does BB have like a giant bed?
I think at first Grunkle probably tried to keep BB outside, but it's very hard to tell a bear no.
Yeah, you're right. So BB comes inside, and the moment that BB like followed by Ursa, Grunkle Jhonn just leaves one last glance outside and sees this shadowy form of a wolf with red eyes.
Oh
Um,
boy.
and the moment that Grunkle Jhonn notices it, it scampers away. And Grunkle Jhonn
Wonderful.
immediately closes the door. A little too loudly, probably.
Yeah. I think Ursa was probably headed over to the kitchen and did not see like anything until he hears the door shut a bit too loudly. Oh, sorry, puppy. Uh so I think once he does that, he's gonna like poke his head around the corner like, Grunkle Jhonn, you okay?
Yeah.
That's
And that's a hell of a deception check. One moment. Plus a d4. That's 20
Oh,
fucking
I
9.
cannot beat that.
Yeah, that's a 29. As Grunkle Jhonn fucking lies.
Boy, does he fucking lie.
Yeah. Um, yeah, just excited for the private goose. I'm ready to be 4 golds richer.
Ursa just chuckles like, I think not. I have logic on my side. And he kind of just taps his forehead and then disappears around the corner again. Like, I'm gonna go check if the popcorn we stole from the movie theater is stale yet.
Yes. Just throw it in the microwave with with a little bit of butter.
Got it!
And
And what does Grunkle Jhonn do once Ursa's out of sight?
once Ursa is out of sight, Uncle Don goes into goes goes to goes over to the main living room area that has a little TV, the Triceratops skull, um, and the one like sofa chair because he doesn't have a couch. Actually, I guess with you living here, he probably got a couch.
Either that or he just, like, he might have gotten one, like, by
He,
either that or, like, a beanbag, I would say.
I would say
Whichever one is more likely to
a beanbag is more likely because it's cheaper probably. I'd like to
consider
think
a
Ursa likes it.
beanbag that was, like, found on the side of the road, so it's got some weird stains on it.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't know what that is. Could be blood, could be
Yeah.
anything. Who cares? Um, um,
It
but yes,
always smells like spaghetti.
it always smells like spaghetti. Adds to the charm, you know. But only when
Yeah.
you're really close to it, like when you know stick your head in it. Um, uh, maybe it has spaghetti inside of it. Who knows?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Uh, and goes ahead and pulls up the Private Goose season finale that he recorded. It's on VHS. No, we can't do VHS. It's hmm. Fucking film. How did people go back and watch recordings back in the day?
Um, I think they didn't.
Ah, cool.
Uh, but there's probably some sort of recording stuff.
Magic. We'll just say it's a fucking magic crystal that records it.
Yeah, it's magic.
That's magic. Who cares?
Oh, 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 it's magic.
Yeah.
I can't continue
It's a
because
small
of
little.
copyright.
Yeah, it's a little magic projector. There you go.
Yeah.
Um, things aren't cheap. They can only record one episode of one thing, but Uncle John thought this might as well be good use for it. He knew he might be
It's
late.
always good to have a backup plan in case you're late again.
Yep. Uh, and after getting the popcorn, which is a little bit stale, but with the new butter probably makes it look feel better. We have BV, who probably lays down next to the beanbag chair. Um, head one of the heads probably on Ursa, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it takes up like the entirety of Ursa's lower body, but it's fine.
Fantastic. Um, bowl in between them on a table, and Grunkle Jhonn in having taken off his con man outfit and is now in uh, just the hat and a shirt and like basically underwear. Like it's long short like long like boxers, but yeah. Um, this is his house. He can do as he pleases.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Um, I guess they sit and watch Private Goose.
That they do.
Is there anything else?
None that comes to mind at the moment.
Okay.
So you can have a nice, short and sweet thing.
I will say that I'd like to imagine by the end of it, um, there's a couple of extra recordings on the device. Might as well get all the use out of it. And by the time it's done, I'd like to imagine Ursa's asleep with the bear.
Oh, definitely.
And Grunkle.
His
Oh, go ahead.
he's a little boy.
Little boy. Grunkle John's not gonna wake him up. He can sleep in the beanbag chair. Probably not the first time he's fallen asleep there.
Besides, if Ursa's asleep, he can't win the bet.
Exactly. Which you want to roll to see who won?
Sure.
All right. One is you. Two is me. One is you. You win.
Hey! Private Goose continues to have fun little foreshadowing.
Yeah, a deep and enriching storyline. Um,
Yeah.
but as Grunkle John oh, peeks open an eye, sees that you're sleeping, gets up, walks over to a drink vending machine, and puts in a small little keypad code, causing it to open. And as he followed down a set of stairs and closing the thing behind him, he eventually reaches a small elevator with 3 different levels. Pressing upon the third button, he reaches the lowest. He eventually goes down to the deepest level, where a large, not a large, but a small laboratory setup has been set up. And behind a window, we can see a large runic magical glyph circle um, that's been placed up on a wall on an upside down triangle. And Grunkle Jhonn sits down, pulls on a book, and begins to read.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
That's not ominous at all.
um, and that is where we can end it, I think.
Yep, I think so.
All right. Thank you, listeners. It was a short and sweet FPS, only 40 minutes, which is about how long they're supposed to be.
Yeah, so we had fun. I hope you had fun listening, um, both now and in the future. Uh,
But yeah, thank you, Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Fletcher, for playing with me. This was fun.
yeah,
I love the relationship between these two.
it's very good. I'm glad that we got to show it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right.
All
I'm gonna
right.
start recording now. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye bye.